Hey there, it is Katie from creativehealingphilly.com. And if your teen has ever been unsure of life's next steps or what that next step is for them in their lives, then this video is for you. So our teens get a lot of pressure from schools and professionals and each other in comparison to try and have their lives all figured out, to try and get the best grades now, to try and please everyone, to try and make sure that their parents are satisfied and their friends are still with them and that they're not being judged. There's a lot that's on their plates and when we look at their stress cup and how full things are. So in addition to just maintaining the day-to-day, they're getting a lot of pressure from schools in terms of what do you want that next step to be? Where do you want to go to college? What do you want to do with your life? What career do you want to have? And what I want to do is have the real conversation that at 17, none of us have it all figured out. Let's be real. The choices that you made at 17 and the person that you were at 17 and 18 is rarely an indicator of the person that you are at 25 or 29 or 35, that we tend to grow and evolve and change as we have more life under our belt. So the expectation that our kids need to have it all figured out, it's unfair for them. So what I wanted to talk about today was a couple of things that we're doing at the Teen Support Center and a few things that you can do at home as parents and professionals to help support the teens in your lives to help them get an idea of what that next step is for them while also alleviating some of the stress and the pressure that comes with having to have it all figured out. One of the things that we love to reinforce at the Teen Support Center is the idea that you can enjoy the journey while still holding a vision of the destination. So I love bringing in metaphors into our work to help our teens see what we're talking about. And I equate it to a vacation, right? You wouldn't get in your car and say, I'm going on a vacation and just start to drive without having any idea what that end result is, because you'd be driving in circles and there would be lots of twists and turns and you'd have no clear direction of what that next step is. So what we typically encourage is some sense of what the destination is. Not that you're locked into it, but it's a helpful guide to give you a starting point, to give you some direction and help you navigate life's twists and turns within who you are and what that next step is, who you want to be. And so what we're going to do tonight and this week in our groups at the Teen Support Center is do an ideal self visualization when we help our teens recognize who do they want to be in 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, thinking about what do they see around them when they imagine that future version of themselves? Who are they with? What are they doing to help them come up with some visuals and hold on to some of those feelings about who they are and who they imagine themselves being in the next phase of their lives. And so some of the questions that we'll begin to ask and that you can ask at home as parents are, what skills might you need to learn to become the ideal version of yourself later in life? If you have this goal of being a doctor or a teacher or some other non-generic, nondescript job later in life, what skills will you have to learn? And this is going to guide their coursework, their extracurriculars, the activities that they do, or maybe some of the choices that they make to help them figure out, do I enjoy some of these things? Am I enjoying them now at this part of my life? And will I enjoy them in the next phase of my life? We'll also start to look at what habits will you have to change to become the ideal version of yourself, both now and in the future. And part of that is looking into what's holding you back. What actions are you taking right now that go against your values or your goals for living the best version of your life? One of the ones that I always use and reinforce with teens is if you have this, if you have a value of being a healthy person, if you envision living a long, healthy life, are there some behaviors that you're taking part in right now that go against that, like smoking or vaping, and how are they impacting that big vision, that destination, and that underlying value that you hold in your life? Next, we start to talk about who do you admire and what qualities of theirs can you adopt as your own. So we'll talk about, who in the media, who as famous people and thought leaders do you admire and do you look up to? And what are some of the qualities that make you look up to them? Also, in what ways are you already like them? So part of the key of what we do at our center is we start to talk about, you already have all of the pieces inside of you to be the person that you are, but we want to unlock some of them and help you see them for yourself. We want to shine a light on some of those things so that you can fully believe that you're doing the best you can now, and we're going to help you become the ideal version of you. So those are just some of the things that we'll cover in our groups this week at the Teen Support Center. If you found this helpful, if you have a teen who you feel has lost their way or is exhibiting behaviors that concern you, is experiencing depression or anxiety, low self-esteem, and they need a little bit of support to get moving in a direction that's going to help them live their best lives, feel happier, be healthier, overall be more effective in every part of their lives. We'd love to connect with you. Go ahead and reach out to us at creativehealingphilly.com. I'll drop a link in the comments below so that you can easily click over and fill out a form, and we look forward to being in touch with you soon. Thanks, and have a great day. Bye.